It's me again. So I've had multiple requests to do some baking videos. So today I'm going to be doing Irish cupcakes for you. Irish potato cupcakes. So they're a play on the classic Irish potatoes, but they're in a cupcake form. So let's go over the ingredients. We have, let's get the recipes out of the way. You'll need...
We have cupcake tins.
Oh my goodness. Alright, Brian wants to do tools then. So you'll need cupcake tins, measuring spoons, measuring cups, spatula. This is optional.
Honey, that's a spatula.
It's a spatula.
Yes, spatula. Sorry.
Ice cream scoop, cupcake papers, and then in regards to your ingredients, over here.
Where are we going?
Okay.
Okay, here we go.
You're going to need 1 cup of granulated sugar. Next is 1 2/3 cup all-purpose flour. Next one is 1 1/4 teaspoon baking powder. Next one is 1 1/2 teaspoons of ground cinnamon. Next one is 1/4 teaspoon salt. And I just use the kosher salt. There you go. Little lady on the can there.
Ooh, Martin.
Yep. Where are we at?
Oh, look what I found.
6 tablespoons of soft butter. 2/3 cup of room temperature milk. I didn't have time to set my milk out, so I measured it out, poured it in the cup, and I put it in the microwave for about 15 seconds. And it's pretty much room temperature now. So I also did that with the butter. I didn't really have time after work to take it out and let it sit there for hours, so I stuck it in the microwave for 10 seconds, flipped it, 10 seconds, done. After that, we have 1 teaspoon of vanilla. You can use the imitation or you can use the pure. They're all fabulous. Last but not least, 2 large eggs. Alright, and then for your frosting, I don't have all that measured out, but we'll be doing cream cheese frosting with a toasted coconut topping. And what you'll need for that is 1/2 cup of butter equals 1 stick, 1/2 cup of butter, 1 stick, room temperature.
Now, how do you know that measurement?
So on the stick of butter, in case you've never taken the time to look.
Okay, let's get in there so that we know what's going on. Let's really get in there.
It has measurements on the stick for you. So at the top, it's got tablespoons, which equal 8 tablespoons in 1 stick of butter. Then you have below that, the 8 tablespoons equals 1/2 cup, equals 1/4 pound. Then below that, you have 1/4, and it lines it out for you. 1/4 equals 1/2 the stick, 1/4 cup. 4 tablespoons equals 1/4 cup, and so on and so forth. So if you've never taken the time to look at your package of butter, it helps you out on those measurings.
Yeah, and I'll take a picture of it and put it right after this, and so that way you can, pause the video and be able to see what all the different measurements are. All right.
Righto. All right, so after your 1/2 cup of room temperature butter, you'll need 8 ounces of Philly cream cheese, which equals to 1 pack. If you can't do the Philly cream cheese, store brand is okay too. I just personally think the Philly cream cheese is the best. And then we'll need 2 to 3 cups of powdered sugar, which is also known as confectioner's sugar. Okay, and then last but not least, 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract.
Woohoo! There's a lot of vanilla going in this, huh?
Just 1 teaspoon.
Oh, wow.
And then the cake has 1
teaspoon. And the other one, yeah.
All right, so let's dig right in.
Now, is it vanilla or vanilla or vanilla?
Vanilla. It's vanilla.
Vanilla? Like the Thriller in Manila?
Oh my goodness.
Okay.
All right, so first step. Preheat your oven. 350 degrees. I don't know what it is, Celsius. That's Fahrenheit. And then your next step would be combining the dry and the wet separately. You do this so it blends best. You get all your ingredients incorporated and not lumpy. So let's go ahead and put in our dry. There's the sugar. There's the flour. Baking powder. That's what helps it rise. Cinnamon. And salt. I just use a whisk. It's pretty easy to just kind of get in there. We're whisking all of the dry ingredients together. You can use a spoon, you can use a spatula, whatever your flavor is, it doesn't really matter. As long as you get it all mixed up.
Well, this flavor's cinnamon.
Yes, it is. Alright. Looks pretty good to me. Next step is your wet ingredients. Okay. Recipe.
We have our vanilla, we have our room temperature, hashtag microwave milk,
Yes.
and our eggs.
Just remember, keep calm and bake on.
Yes.
Yes.
Get a closer picture of that one. Let's see what we got there.
Special shout out to my sister-in-law, Sarah. Thank you so much for this gift. I
All right.
appreciate it. Much love.
She likes it.
I like it.
She likes it.
All right then.
It's blue.
Okay. So, putting our butter in. And I'm going to get that blending.
Flat. I think it looks good now. Nice turn.
Alright. Once you've creamed your butter, you're going to add the other ingredients slowly. So there's our vanilla. Get that mixed in.
Now can you just leave the mixer running on slow as you add these?
Absolutely. We'll do that. Here's your egg.
This is going to be excellent. Dribble.
Egg dribble.
You got a dribbler?
Egg dribble.
You're doing an excellent cleanup, honey.
Alright. So, looks like all the butter is stuck to the sides. So, take a moment. Bring it on down.
Now when you add the milk, that'll help thin this out also, right?
Yeah.
And this is one of the reasons why you like to use stuff that's room temperature, so it'll blend a little bit better?
Yeah. It won't be as clumpy as what it is right now, because mine's a little clumpy. because it's cold. The eggs were cold, the butter was semi-cold. And it goes the milk. So now we're going to put on our little, I call it dry ingredient slide. And we're going to add slowly the dry ingredients.
It's a baking slip and slide.
Pretty much.
There we go. We'll get an overhead view.
So I have it on my lowest setting while I introduce my dry mix.
Now, when do you know how to add more?
I don't know, you just kind of watch it, make sure it's taking in the dry mixture into the wet okay. If it gets overloaded, then you'll just have a bunch of dry sitting there. You just let it spin for a minute and then it'll be okay. Woo. So just a little tip on when you're measuring out your ingredients, you don't want to do it over the bowl in which you have your recipe ingredients. So if you're measuring out your flour and your salt in your bowl, do it away from your bowl, because if you accidentally oops and slip and you have now a tablespoon of salt in your mix, you can't take it out. So you have to throw everything out and then start again. So do yourself a favor, measure it outside of the bowl. Once you have it, put it in the bowl. So let's check on our mix.
Oh. Ooh, yummy.
So we're just going to get the little sides here. The flour came up and didn't get in there. And we'll get the bottom. Make sure the butter got in there.
Get in there to show them. See how we have that extra flour over there? And you see how you have a little bit on the side there? That's what she's scraping off.
Okay.
Sorry, there was mix on the camera. I had to get it.
Gross. Alright, so it looks like we got everything, and I'll just give it another little quick mix. Make sure we're good to go. Come on. Everybody in the party.
It really doesn't want to get off there, does it?
No. Alright, we're good.
Look at that. That looks yummy. It's just ooey, gooey, yummy.
It smells like cinnamon.
It doesn't. I don't even like cinnamon, but it smells good.
So that's really the flavor of the cake, is a cinnamon cake. And then you have the cream cheese frosting and then the toasted coconut topping, which is exactly what an Irish potato candy tastes like. Is you have the powdered sugar and the coconut rolled in, and then you have the little candies rolled in cinnamon. I'd like to know the history on these Irish potatoes. Are they Irish at all? Or is this an American thing? Who knows?
Yeah, I don't know.
No.
I like Irish potatoes.
I personally like the cupcakes better. Only because I'm not a very sweet eater. I prefer less sweet things. So when you're giving me just pretty much a ball of candy, I mean sugar, it's a no-go with me. But at least the cake has some kind of, I don't want to say savory, but it's not overbearing sweet. Alright. There we go. Oop.
Oh.
So here we go with the papers. Almost forgot this part. You can use whatever papers you want. You can do the oversized papers even if you want to do that. These are the foil on the outside, the paper on the inside.
And does it matter with the foil on the outside? Would it affect the heat or?
Nope. Not that I'm aware of, at least. If you know that it does, please write me a comment, because I might be doing it all wrong. After all, I am not a professional. I did not go to school for this. I just love doing it. There we go. Get the hair out of the way. Okay. So what you do is take your ice cream scoop, grab it in here, and you get one scooper for each paper. So once you have your papers filled and your oven is preheated, you're going to go ahead and take your tin of cupcakes and pop them in. I like the middle of the oven. Personally, I think that's the best place to do your cupcakes because then they bake evenly. And then while your cupcakes are baking, oh goodness, how long do they take? So I don't have it on my recipe. I guess I just kind of go by what I know.
So go by a toothpick, don't you?
I do go by a toothpick, but I look at them first, and if they're toasted on the top, then I start toothpicking them. So I'm going to give them about 10 minutes and then check them. If they're toasty looking and risen, then I'm going to take them out and poke them with a toothpick. If the toothpick comes out clean, then we know they're ready. If it comes out and it's still got like that battery stuff, it's not done. So let me go ahead and finish the rest of these cupcakes in their papers and get them in the oven, and then we'll start the frosting. Hi, welcome back. I'm softening my cream cheese. Yep, we're good now.
So are you telling me that the microwave is your friend baking too?
Yep.
Not just for veggies?
Nope. Alright, so we're going to start our frosting. And what we need for that is our cream cheese and our butter to marry. Okay? I'm going to take our...
So we're marrying dairy.
I suppose so. I'm going to take our cream cheese, which again is 1 package.
That's 16 ounces or 8?
I think it's 8. All right.
It's like we have a bell in here.
And then we take our butter. And then we scrape it along the sides so I don't really get gross by the wrapper. I tend to have OCD and I don't like to get dirty when I'm making my baking stuff, so I try and stay as clean as possible. Okay. We're going to grab our beater and we're gonna marry.
And we're marrying. No, not yet.
Oh, that didn't take long. They must like each other.
Look, I see a clump right there.
Yeah, we'll get it.
We have a lot more to go into this, right?
Yep.
All right. We'll get that later.
All right. There we go. That's all blended. Next up.
We'll call her Mary.
Mary's good to go. Next up, we're going to do our vanilla. Where's my measuring? Here we go. That's 1 teaspoon. And I know I said don't measure it over that, but you know what? Vanilla is not that offensive if I go over, so.
Have a little splatter in there.
Here we are.
And here comes the good stuff. Oh, she used the tool in the kitchen.
Alright. Now I'm going to add the powdered sugar. Here we are with powdered sugar. The recipe calls for about 2 to 3 cups, but what I do is I add until it's smooth or the consistency that I prefer. So, we're going to put the powdered sugar. Honestly, I don't even use a measuring cup, but I'm going to do it for you guys.
So, how much should you, for best case scenario, for what you've already put in there, how much should you use?
I'll probably end up using 4 cups.
Okay.
Okay. So here we go with powdered sugar down the powdered sugar slide.
You know, just so that way they can start at like 3 and then work their way up, or...
Well, I mean, if you're new to baking, you should probably start with 1, watch how it blends, then go to 2. Okay. So let me just show you what that looks like in there.
Looks like it's nice and creamy.
It is.
Looks
very,
a little...
very loose.
I was gonna say, it does look loose.
Oops. That's why you need the powdered sugar slide.
Now, would you scrape the sides, or do you not do that until you get almost done?
Almost done.
Okay.
Yep. A lot of people will sift their powdered sugar. I don't have time for that. It's really not necessary.
But does sifting your powdered sugar make a difference?
If you don't want a possibility of hard chunks of powdered sugar, sure. Stop.
Now, is it possible that you could get clumps doing it this way? Or can they just start out, you know, dumping some in and going from there? Or should it be gradually added? Because I say that you're just dumping it in like a whole cup.
Yeah. I'm dumping in a whole cup.
But I mean, they shouldn't, you know, like some things you have to wait till it incorporates and gradually add it, you know, flour and stuff like that.
The thing is, when I'm here filling the cup, it's mixing and incorporating while I'm doing something else. So by the time I have my cup full, it's ready to go. So normally when I do this, I just take this and I'm lightly sprinkling it in constantly. I'll pause and then continue sprinkling until I can see the consistency is how I like it. So go ahead and take a look. Looks a little more like frosting now. I've put 3 cups in so far. I think it needs more, just to tighten it up a little bit. That's probably maybe another cup.
Now, what speed should you have this at?
I go low only because the powdered sugar will go all over the place if you do anything higher. So when you do higher, like right now I picked it up 2 notches, it's because the powdered sugar is not sitting loose on the top.
So basically, once it's incorporated, you can kind of whip it in a little bit?
Yes.
Now, should you not turn it on high, or...?
The only time that I whip the frosting on high is if it's a buttercream and I need a lot of fluff to it, or if it's a whipped cream frosting. Or royal frosting. Royal frosting's that frosting that's like the gingerbread house stuff that hardens.
Frosting that's nasty.
The frosting that hardens.
Okay.
Okay.
I'll go with nasty, but
it doesn't taste very good, no. But it has its purpose.
It does. It's
like on ginger snaps.
It's confectionate glue.
Yes. All right. So I feel like the consistency is perfection. I don't really know how to describe this to you, but it's kind of what it looks like there. I can't really say it's peaks because it kind of just relaxes every.
I was going to say, could you consider it like a peak, like with egg whites, or
no? All right.
Like a mashed potato, maybe?
Maybe. No, mashed potatoes doesn't, no. Because this is gooey. If your mashed potatoes were like glue, you would have a problem. So, alright, let's check on our stuff in the oven.
Here we go, people.
Yeah, we need to check. I need an oven mitt, please.
Hup. She has been mitted. I admitted I mitted her. Now the 4 on the bottom we put in a little bit after the 12 on the top, so we might have a hair of time on those. You can't let it go.
Okay.
All right, which one are we going for?
I'm gonna go center.
Going right there.
Looks clean to me.
Let's try another one.
Clean. Clean.
Alright,
okay.
I think you're just having fun now.
We're good. Should we check the other one?
Let's check the other one since they're done.
Because this one was lower in the oven. It could have
a
little more direct heat. Oh.
I think we should.
Let's just we'll just put that back in there.
Yeah.
And I need emergency.
We need a spatula.
I really need a paper towel.
Just leave it on the door; it'll cook.
Unbelievable.
See, right there, people. This is real life. This is what happens. Can we eat that?
I don't know why you would want to.
Look, you have a schmutz.
That's not me. That was salt from the potatoes the other night. Thanks anyway.
Oh, right.
All right, so I'm losing all my heat. Let's just close that up and pretend it didn't happen.
All right, guys. She's saying pretend like it didn't happen, but this is so going in there. Yeah, this is real life. Right?
Yes.
Oh, and it's going to be added to an outtake video that I'm going to be making.
All right, calm yourself down now.
I'm going to be most of the outtakes anyway. I mean, I got to get you. So.
All right. So, a tool that I did not mention, cooling rack. Oops.
And let me move stuff.
So, once you get your cupcakes out of the oven, you're gonna let them sit for just a minute or so. You don't want to burn yourself trying to get them out of the tin. But I don't mind burning myself, so I'm gonna go ahead and nudge them out. And what I do is I just kind of, how do I describe this? I pull on it a little bit until I can get the paper up.
You kind of roll it out.
Yeah, I roll it out. Because if you press too hard, you're gonna dent your cupcake. Worse than the one I just did in the oven.
Yeah, I think you did more than dent the one in the oven.
Yeah.
What do you guys think? Huh?
Oh, we got a double paper here.
I think there's a shadow, but let me get one of these and show it to you in better light.
Oh, hot.
What do you think about them? Think they look good? I like them. I like all Kourtney's baking, but I don't really eat sweets, so she'll make something and I'll have like one.
If that.
Yeah.
So the recipe that I just showed you for these cupcakes make about a little over a dozen. So I got 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 cupcakes out of that recipe. Well, minus the one that I destroyed.
15.
So let's go 15. If you're looking for 2 dozen, it's not going to make 2 dozen. You have to do double the recipe, then you're going to get probably about 3 dozen. But either way, these are amazing, so
why not?
Why not? Why not? Alright, so you're going to let your cupcakes cool. Probably for, I don't know, maybe an hour. Or if you have, you know when you go to a bakery and they have those plastic containers that they sit in, they sell them in? I don't know what they're called.
The to-go things.
The to-go things. I have those because I have a restaurant store next to me. And I put them in there, and then I stick them in the fridge. So that way, by the time I get my icing in a piping bag, they're ready to put the frosting on so it doesn't melt. So, we'll be back in a minute. We're going to check on the other ones. Once they come out, we're going to get our bag ready, and then we're going to toast our coconut.
Okay, I can't wait to see how we're going to frost these.
I think we're ready to check the other one now. Let's give it a try.
Let's see what's in there.
Alright.
Let's see. What do we got?
What do you think?
They look good. I think that one's done. I can see the middle of it.
Let's try them. Yep. Just making sure.
Yeah, that one's done.
It's done. We're done.
We're done here.
Alright, so.
They're fresh out the oven. Be careful.
I know.
Oh, look. See that little piece right there?
I've been doing this a while, so I know my limits on touching hot stuff out of the oven.
Okay. I was just trying to be, a safety monitor.
I don't need a safety monitor. I do need a helper, though, to toast my coconut. No pun intended.
Well, if Redemption was here, he could be a safety moderator.
I'm sure he would be the best one ever.
Do you want to tell people who Redemption is?
Well, I could.
Alright, let's do it.
His name is Chris. And he has fantastic channels, like more than one, because he's that fantastic. You should go check him out. Redemption RVA.
Where you going?
It's a trash can. If you want to get your fix on dash cams and whatever those flying machines are called.
They're drones.
Drones.
Yeah, they're government agent things.
Sure. Yeah. Check him out.
What's his other channel, though?
It is Tech Tools Outdoors.
There you go.
Check that one out, too. So, let's get a pan. I'm going to toast this coconut. Brian is going to be my helper on this.
I'm going to be the toasty toaster.
See if we can get this area cleaned off.
Alright.
We took all this out, right?
Yeah.
Let's not waste energy any more than we have to. Toasting coconut is extremely easy. It's exactly that, toasting coconut.
We're toasting coconut?
Yes. Not the toaster. No.
I'm ready.
No.
Well,
Nor can you do it in the microwave. This is not.
How are we supposed to toast it without a toaster?
Put the toaster away.
Alright, toaster's gone away. See, it doesn't want to go away.
Alright then. Are you done fooling around?
Okay. I guess, if I have to.
Yes. So, here's your pan.
Okay.
You put it on, let's say, medium-high. Recipe calls for, I think it's 1 cup. I seem to have lost my recipe.
I found their cups. Oh, look at that. I'm putting stuff on the floor.
1 cup.
I guess I'll show that later.
Nope. It's a top secret recipe. You can't see it. You can only hear it.
She's throwing stuff on the floor, too.
Yes. It's so top secret that I got this recipe from
The
a place of interest in which you pin.
Oh, well, that's interesting.
So interesting. I'm sorry, you're doing this, not
I was
me.
going to say, who's actually toasting this?
All right, I'll see you on the flip side.
All right. Well,
all right. Are you
sorry,
ready?
guys, but yes, I am filthy from work.
Okay.
Because you know this is our everyday thing. So, you said 1 cup?
1 cup?
Do I put butter in here?
No. No butter. Just the coconut. Like I said, it's extremely simple. I think you got plenty of enough butter.
Does this have to be packed?
No. Just put it in the cup. It's okay if you spill over. A little more. Lots more, actually. Yeah, there you go. Good to go.
Oops. I'm a bad listener again. Oh, jeez.
Okay.
Okay.
Don't be putting anything from your shirt in there.
So, what do I do now? I gotta get something to mix it up with, right?
No, you just shake it. Exactly. And just let it sit there and toast.
I have a lump in here. I'm going to break this up.
So here's where we're starting out. That's what the coconut looks like.
There's a couple lumps. I'm breaking them up so that they'll toast pretty evenly.
It smells like macaroons.
I like macaroons.
I don't.
But I think I just like the marshmallow.
Yes.
This waiting's killing me.
Can we do fast forward?
Guys, do you want us to fast forward?
I do. This is boring.
Okay, I'll fast forward this later.
All right.
Alright, guys. Once it starts to toast and get nice and brown, you need to continuously stir it. If you don't, it's going to burn on you and it's going to get a bitter flavor to it. You can see a couple of them have burned because
They're not burned.
they
They're
look
just dark.
They look a little dark to me. That one right there, that one's burned.
I think there's something burning on the burner.
No?
Nope. All right. So I kicked my heat back to medium.
And at this point, once it starts to continuously toast, not just like little hot spots in your pan, you want to make sure you constantly stir it. You know, not really flipping a lot because you don't want to, you know, add all that cold air to it. You can if you want, if you keep your pan hotter. But if you're going to do it, you know, on a lighter temperature, you would stir it. If you're going to do it on a hotter temperature, you would toss it.
But it's better to start out on a slower or a lighter temperature, or a lower temperature is what I mean. A lower temperature, and then you can increase from there.
Yes. So do we look like we're almost done?
Yep.
Alright, we'll shut that off. And do we have to put this in something else?
Nope.
Will the residual heat?
Yep, it'll be fine.
Alright. Just make sure you take it off your burner so it doesn't continue. Or minimize the rest. So, it's your turn.
Yes.
Alright. Where are we going?
I'll be right with you. I'm going to grab out my piping bags, and then we're going to load the frosting. Last step. So here I am using my round 1A tip and my Wilton vinyl bag, reusable, reuse, recycle, renew. Pull my tip through, and the easiest way is to turn your bag almost inside out. So you're holding it right there with your hand. Go to about 2-3 inches down, okay? And then you take your thing of frosting and you grab it with your hand inside there, and then you just keep putting more in until you're full, and then you move the bag open more.
Oh, that's a good one.
Yep.
There you go. All that lusciousness right inside the bag. Yummy, yummy.
Okay. There we go. Good enough for now. So you bring your bag back up. Twist it. Whoa!
Uh-oh.
Whoa! Twist it until it comes to the tip.
Alright, let's move this out of the way for now.
So here we have our subjects. Go in the center and then just kind of push it out. You can always go back and add more frosting if you want to.
Let me get here in front of you. Am I getting in your way?
No.
Are you getting in my way?
No, because this is my show right now. Whoa.
Well, hey.
Oven's going crazy.
Oh.
Alright.
Why is the oven on?
3 more. Because we're going to be making dinner after this. You know, we have a real life. Gotta eat.
Oh yeah, this is the everyday part of it.
Just add a little more to this one over here. And that one there. There, they look pretty even now.
There you go. You see that one? Mm-mm.
Alright, here we are. We have our toasted coconut, right? Boom.
Hey, they're like sprinkles. I like sprinkles.
Yeah. So, your call. You can dip.
Now, can you like do that kind of thing?
You can dip or you can sprinkle.
All right.
Okay, so that's what it looks like dipped.
Do you want to do that in the container?
Yes.
Oh, okay, I just thought maybe it would fall all over in the inside of the container.
All right, you want it all clean and happy?
Yeah, I mean.
Here we go.
See, now that looks easier to me. Although I do like the smooshing it in there.
Yes. Speaking of smooshing, if you haven't smooshed that like button or the subscribe button, please do it now. Leave any comments. Do you have any questions?
These things are nice. Oh, I'm getting shadowed.
Or you can just do it in the container like that.
Or, yeah.
Yeah.
All that wasted coconut.
It's not.
Yeah, we act like people wouldn't eat. It's like, yum, yum, yum. Can I flip my cupcake upside down and get it out of the container? Splat, splat. Oh, okay, guys.
I think this looks prettier, just sprinkling it on the top. And you know I'm all about making my food look pretty.
Although I will say, that one right there, yeah, that one looks good. But I do like how they're centered when you just sprinkle it on there.
Because then you can still see the frosting.
Yeah, yeah, frosting, you have your topping. Yeah.
So just a little helpful hint here. The coconut will soften up a little, like less crispy toasted, if you put them in the fridge overnight and you're like planning on taking them wherever the next day. They're gonna loosen up a little bit. So if you want that toasted, you know, it's the little details that make the difference. So if you want that smooth cream cheese and the toasted, toasty coconut.
Kind of like that crunchy, snappy stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Make them and serve them the same day.
Because won't the frosting also make them a little bit soft again too? Because it will absorb some of the moisture out of it?
All of it will. Okay, so if you're sitting it in there overnight, it's going to absorb moisture and they're not going to be toasty. So here you go. Here's the cupcakes. Again, that's Irish potato cupcakes, cinnamon cake, cream cheese frosting, and toasted coconut topper.
And there you go. You guys just got the grand tour.
Alright, so if you like what you see and you want to see more, hit the subscribe button, the like button. If you have any questions, comments, requests, put them down in the comments below. We want to hear from you. Thanks for stopping by.